In nomine Patris et Filii et Spiritus Sancti. Last Sunday, I announced the wedding banns of a nice young traditional couple, one of whom has practiced his 25 years of life in diocesan churches, most especially in the traditional form of the Mass. The other has spent her lifetime practicing the faith in traditional chapels operated by the Society of Pius X. So we have a beautiful couple. They're young enough, I don't think that I mind mentioning that just this month of May they are both celebrating or have celebrated their 25th birthday, who have known each other since kindergarten, who will be entering into the Holy Sacrament of Holy Matrimony in June. They will be doing this in a Society of Pius X Chapel, Immaculate Heart of Mary. The vows will be received by the bride's brother, who is a priest of the Society of St. Pius X. And he will then offer the Holy Mass that follows. I will be there in choir. As a sign of spiritual support and friendship for the couple, and as witness that our local Archbishop has fully approved this wedding to take place in the Society Chapel and for the vows to be received by a Society priest. I'm very pleased with this. This is a first for our Archdiocese. It is a very positive step in the right direction. And I want to say on this feast of Pentecost, and I want to use this as an example of how important it is that we who share a common vision of tradition and recognize the crises that face the world, our nation, and the institutional church at this time, recognize these crises and seek to live and practice the traditional faith, the true faith of the Catholic Church. That we recognize that we have much more in common than we have differences, and that we are following our consciences as best we can in the face of what is surely unprecedented, both in the world and in the institutional church, in our lifetime and possibly in the history of fallen humanity. We have globalists who are building a Tower of Babel. We have modernists who have gutted the institutional church. The last thing that we need is for traditional Catholics to go babbling about, not listening and not caring for one another. I say that in light of the first lesson from the Acts of the Apostle, which describes what happened on the Feast of Pentecost. The Holy Spirit gathered together all of the believers, and they were from all over the empire, the populated world. And while they spoke different languages, they could all suddenly understand one another in a marvelous miracle of the Holy Spirit. And that was a reversal of Babel. Babel was a scattering of a proud people that thought that they were gods, that could build a tower to heaven, not to reach God, but to defy God and show themselves as God. That ancient sin by which the angels fell, that sin by which our parents fell, the sin by which those inhabitants of Babel were scattered. I will not serve, I want to be God. And so God scattered them over the face of the earth and confused their languages. And it was only with the outpouring of the Holy Spirit and the birth of the church on Pentecost that now unity was achievable. And a sign of that among the believers was this miraculous ability to be able to hear and understand each other. And I'm saying that's what needs to happen among traditional Catholics in particular. That diocesan traditional assemblies need to recognize what they have in common with the Society of St. Pius X and the Fraternity of St. Peter and the Institute of Christ the King and so many others. It doesn't mean we have to abandon our own practice or certain principles or assumptions that we have. We certainly need to refrain from judging the consciences of others in the face of so much uncertainty with regards to the present and the future and the unprecedented crises that we face and recognize. Now, some will say, but the society is in disobedience. And by the way, they have never been and are not in schism. And they are not in heresy. They are irregular. But even Francis and the bishops recognize the validity of their Mass, have acknowledged the ability of the faithful to attend their Masses, are recognizing their confessions, and in this case now, a wedding. Some will say, but they are disobedient. And what I will say is, the day may not be far off when only the disobedient will be able to practice the faith at all, or in its traditional form. In certain provinces in Canada, if you want to go to Mass, if you want your confession heard, you have to be disobedient to the government and your bishop. And your priest has to be disobedient as well. In Once Catholic Ireland, if you want to attend Mass, if you want to have your confession heard, I imagine if you want your baby baptized, you have to be in disobedience. Faced arrest by the government, and Lord knows, from the bishop. So days are coming when we can all engage in disobedience, if need be, in order to have Mass and the sacraments. And even in this nation, Masses were completely forbidden in person for many months and even a year. We took the Mass to the parking lots. Many bishops refused to allow that to happen under obedience. So let's use this occasion of Pentecost, especially if we harbor some strong feelings against or towards some others who are seeking to do the right thing according to their consciences, in responding as best we can to the current crises and to what is yet to come, following our own consciences, to recognize that God has not made clear a particular absolute course in the midst of confusion. But the one thing we can do is at least be united in spirit with others who hold to tradition and work together in ways in which, in fact, we are unified. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Ghost.